Welcome back to Duo Everything, a series of videos that showcases my partners in my journey through old school RuneScape as Iron Men. This is episode 11. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, the whole series thus far has been organized into a playlist for your convenience. If you need to or want to get all caught up, go give those a watch. Just do me a favor and forgive my crap editing and script reading, doing voiceovers, especially whenever I am, let's see, what was my last upload? So you see this little gremlin right here? Yeah, this one. And then the other one that's right... Aurora, move your head. Baby, move your... Oh, drag. Sweet boy. Oh, what, now you decide to just stay there instead of clacking around the house? I've had to go through and re-record what I've managed to get so far. Just the little intro part, like 5 times. Because all you can hear in the background is clack, 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 clack. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My noisy babies. Hi, Aurora. Hi, Aurora. Are you making it difficult to record? Huh? Yeah, because you just want to play. Ow. Oh, 10 months ago. Ouch. Eek. Who knew that being a trucker would make playing games difficult? Ah, well, gotta get all of those IRL gains, am I right? Anyway. While I haven't been able to do nearly as much as I've wanted to in terms of progression, it hasn't stopped Xanth and myself, mostly Xanth, from putting in a lot of hours trying to push our accounts closer to endgame. Given the fact that we wanted to start raiding to get the Dexterous and Arcane Prayer Scrolls at minimum, Xanth wanted to go ahead and get some upgrades that can help pretty extensively with that. Back when Xanth and I did raids on our mains, he always did Mage Hand. So, he figured that it'd be about time to go finish off the Malediction Shield, as well as start working on a grind that, at the time, seemed pretty daunting. But, after just 354 kills, Xanth pulled the Dragon Crossbow limbs. So, when looking at the stat difference between these two weapons, it doesn't seem all that great. The Dragon Crossbow does have a special attack to toss over the Rune Crossbow, but it's kinda lackluster to say the least. The main reason for getting this is to let us shoot better bolts. The strength difference between the Adamant enchanted bolts versus the Dragon enchanted bolts is pretty substantial. While yes, the Rune Crossbow can shoot rune bolts, you can't really make any good rune bolts, at least for Chambers of Xeric. I mean, I guess Onyx bolts might be okay, but Also, yes, I know the Toxic Blowpipe, at least at this level, is more DPS. My crossbow setup is 7.932 versus the Blowpipe's 8.652 with Dragon Darts. But there is something oddly satisfying about popping a 100 on Ulm's head while running around like a headless chicken. Also, I find doing head phase with a crossbow easier than a blowpipe. Anyway, with that rant over, you can see here that I kept going after the Titans. Anything to boost our DPS in the raid. I just could not, for the life of me, acquire the Deadeye Prayer Scroll. I don't have a screenshot of it anymore because I had to wipe my hard drive, but I did manage to get Mystic Vigor, but that doesn't really matter so much for me since I'm on melee hand and I run the head. So, in total, I'm sitting at 566 KC of Royal Titans. Most of my loots were of Eldrick, and more than half of my total KCs were solos. And I still don't have Deadeye. Oh my god. 1 in 75. My ass. Sometimes this game can be infuriating. I guess you can't always expect to get things on drop rate. I mean, for instance, I didn't go dry at CG. I got the enhanced weapon seed really early on, and then I effectively stopped CG altogether. until our clan was running an event. I think it was a clan v clan thing for like points and drops and whatnot. And during that event, I just absolutely sent CG to get as many armor seeds as I could. That, and I figured the armor seeds are going to go through and help us in Chambers of Xeric whenever we just kind of live there. Over the course of a week and a half, roughly, I went from about 40 KC to 315 KC, all to hunt the armor seeds so Xanth could make the crystal armor. I've managed to get 5 of the 6 seeds so far. I am dry on them, but it's not too bad considering I got the enhanced weapon seed at like 27 KC or something. I forget. For those who are curious, the Bofa without the crystal armor, in the gear we would be using, which is Elite Void, Xanth's DPS is 7.164 with a nearly 75% accuracy. With the crystal armor seeds that I managed to get, his DPS goes up to 7.921 with a nearly 83% accuracy. Understand that he is still missing the helmet. Once I get that for him, his DPS will go up to 8.2 with about the same accuracy. This is also without rigor. All that said, going after these upgrades, the crystal armor seeds that I don't have any screenshots of, the dragon crossbow, for Xanth at least, the Deadeye and Mystic Vigor prayer scrolls, ruby dragon bolts, and a few other tasty power boosts we'll talk about soon, this will all help us more reliably beat Ohm and potentially scale our raids. You have to think, since we are basically Iron Men, our supplies are pseudo-limited, so we want to make the most of them. In terms of this current clip, I have zero intention of going after a second enhanced weapon seed and a second set of crystal armor, so the crystal shards that I have in my bank are just collecting dust. I decided to turn all of them into enhanced crystal seeds, or crystal keys rather, just for fun. It also wouldn't be a progress update video without some overall skill progression. There is a lot that's been done since my last upload. Xanth, for instance, decided that since I wasn't around, since I was still driving across the country, he'd start gunning for certain skills that he'd otherwise normally wouldn't train because he'd be playing the game with me. Example, runecrafting. Since my last upload, he's knocked out thieving, runecrafting, which is massive, mining, hunter, along with the accompanying pet, woodcutting, fishing, the most useless skill, fire making, an honestly useful cape since by the time he got this, sailing was about to be released. Sailing, about a month after it was released. He also got 99 fletching, but that's an easy 99 to get even on an Iron Man, so I don't have a picture of that. However, 199 that isn't easy to get on an Iron is construction. This cost a pretty penny, but he's been loving the cape. Xanth's updates don't stop there though. He's been busy. 5,300 opulent salvage netted him a dragon cannon barrel. Getting this made him think about the rather daunting task of maxing out his boat. At the time this screenshot was taken, ship combat still felt horrible, and cannonballs were just littering the seabed of Gillinor. See, the downfall about the dragon cannon barrel and all the other endgame sailing items, if you're an Iron Man anyway, is you have to unalive things, like frost dragons, to get dragon metal sheets and dragon nails. Looking at the drop rates, it doesn't seem too bad to get them, right? Well, you need 16 nails for one cannon, so 32 if you want to max your sloop. 16 nails for one salvaging hook, so 32 if you want to max your sloop. 32 nails for the rosewood cargo hold. 40 nails for the rosewood mast. And 600 nails for the rosewood hull. have you been counting? That's a grand total of, drum roll please, 736 nails. See, if I were a better editor, I'd use that calculating GIF at this point and make some elaborate thing to do math, but I suck at editing, so here's just some numbers for you. 4,810. That's how many frost dragons you'd have to kill, on average, to get the 736 nails needed to max out a sloop. That's not including the dragon metal sheets. Now, since Xanth really wanted to max out his boat, as well as achieve a 99 that takes forever to get on an iron, he went and scorched earthed 4,531 of them. I know I said that you need 736 nails, but he isn't worried about getting the rosewood mast, since it doesn't really make much of a difference. He also isn't worried about the dragon hooks, since he got 99 sailing before ever worrying about upgrading to the dragon hooks. He was mostly after the hull for the extra ship defense and getting what was needed for 2 dragon cannons. That didn't stop him from going after a hook, though. With his snazzy new dragon cannons and ship combat being updated, items like this were a lot easier to go after.
He also spooned a bottled storm from the Krakens, which, for those who don't know, is needed for the Greater Ship Teleport Facility. Also, remember all those Frosty Boys he deboned? Yeah, it netted him 99 prayer. Don't let the number fool you, though. He mined bone shards from 94 to 99 mining, so by the time he rampaged to get all those bones, he was 97 prayer, if I remember correctly. For Xanth, that leaves agility, smithing, crafting, herb lore, and farming. Oh boy, I have a lot of catching up to do. For me, I got 99 farming. Looking back on it, it's actually hilarious to me how much of my total farming experience came from herb runs alone. I also knocked out 99 attack, which will be quite useful to have given the PVM grinds we're about to embark on. I also got 99 tree chopping, which, while easy, it actually felt nice because it's a skill that I've never maxed before on any account. I also AFK'd up to 99 cooking, since Xanth just threw enough fish at me to sink an aircraft carrier. Oh, yeah, I didn't mention this. He went and caught 53,000 anglerfish without any of the fancy baits that speed it up. That's what he did for 99 fishing. It took him way too long because I think he was averaging about 15k experience an hour. It's amazing to me what people can accomplish when they put their minds to something. Or, in this instance, what intense boredom does to a college student. Xanth is looking to max before he graduates, which means he has until the end of his next semester to finish off the 5 skills I named earlier. I think he could do it, though some of it's gonna suck for sure. Remember how I showed Xanth getting the Malediction Shard earlier in the video? This is what it was for. This, right here. Raids 1. Chambers of Zarek. This is what we've been working towards for quite some time now. Sure, we've done a couple raids here and there, but we've struggled a fair bit due to crappier gear and a lot of rust. Each time we'd get a noticeable upgrade to our gear, we'd try to send another raid. These aren't challenge mode raids or scaled at all, but you do have to start somewhere, right? Kind of like certain pet grinds. You gotta start somewhere. Scrotum here is effectively guaranteed. Probably one of the easiest pets to get in the game. But hey, I got him after 22 KC. So for those who want to go through and just have this playing on a second screen, I am giving you a volume warning right now. I'm also going to be flashing it across the screen.
Oh my fucking god.
Well, there's your, there's your burning claws.
Bruh! Bruh! What? Dude, it was so fucking scoped. What the fuck?
No, what I find funny is I had 59% of the points, and you got the drop because you died.
What the?
That sounds exciting. I know, he doesn't get excited, but... What?
Yeah, Dragon Claws. One of the best spec weapons in the game. At the time, I'll be honest, I didn't want to see this. I wanted Rigor and Augury because those two prayers would make a noticeable difference in raids. Despite that though, we kept going.
Ah, thank fuck. Oh my god!
Well, that's that drop rate again.
An Ancestral Hat. The debatable best in slot magic helm. This will certainly help.
Oh! Hey!
I had 17 HP left.
Yes!
I had 17 HP left.
Oh, man! Oh, that feels good.
Rigor, baby! This is a massive upgrade and something that I will be heavily using later, given the fact that I'm starting to work on the new Delve boss, Doom. I also still have to finish off Xanth's crystal armor set and can make use of Rigor at Araxxor, since I still have to get Xanth an amulet. With Xanth and I starting to focus so heavily on raids, we both figured it'd be a good idea to start securing some additional gear that'll help make the fight against Olm easier. As you can see, that meant making Scorpia a target to get the Odium Shard that she drops. So, there was a bit of audio to this clip, but for some reason, it's super quiet, so I'll give you all the synopsis. Xanth and I were looking at the crafted shield, kind of dumbfounded as to why it only gave ranged and magic defense and nothing else. It shows what we know over kind of niche items. I will happily take the 4 range strength though. Since I use a crossbow in raids, it'll help a lot with my DPS. Keeping with the theme of trying to boost our DPS in raids, there are a few other key upgrades we started to go for. We sent some Mountain Noodle and snagged up a few tasty bits. This hide will come in handy since I gave the crystal gear to Xanth. Since this is the only screenshot I have of the hide, I'm going to assume this is the last drop of them I needed to complete the set of Huey hide. And the reason why this is going to help isn't because it's better than like Black D hide or Carol's or whatever. It's the fact that it gives prayer bonus, which will come in handy, since one of the things I struggle with the most in raids is keeping my prayer at a, I'm gonna call it a safe level. Also snagged up a second Tome of Earth. At the time, elemental weakness was just added to like everything, including Olm, and he just so happens to be weak to Earth, so this will make a pretty noticeable difference. So I'm not gonna full-on break this down. This is effectively our best possible setup. This isn't quite what we bring to Olm, but it's pretty close. To explain the numbers, Loadout 1 is Earth Surge with a Tome of Earth and the Dragon Hunter Wand. Loadout 2's DPS calc is the same gear but switched the Wand for a Toxic Trident and the Tome of Earth for a Malediction Ward. Both loadouts are using Overloads and Mystic Vigor since we don't have Augury yet. I don't know about you, but that DPS seems pretty legit for Mage Hand, especially since we don't have any Mega Rares. Pretty sure you can get higher with the Shadow and such, but again, we don't have one, so this will just have to do for now. Unfortunately, we stopped going to Huey after this for some reason, I'm not sure why, so we don't have a second wand. Yet. But Xanth usually does Mage Hand, so we don't really need to for the time being. That said, there's a few other things I want to get before really living inside of Zarek's chambers. One of which is an item from the boss you see us fighting. And yes, I got utterly spooned on it. So, the video and the screenshot were taken at different times, but because of the relevance, I put this clip here. That, and I'm kinda out of clips to continue showing y'all, so y'all are just gonna have to be happy about it. Just like the Mata turtle. And speaking of being happy, I finally completed Araxxor. Well, unless I want the pet, but I'm not too worried about that, so yay, I'm just gonna be happy about not having to share the amulet anymore. Took 951 total kills to get 2 halberds and 2 amulets. That feels pretty lucky to me, and I will happily take it. I got quite comfortable with Araxxor, but now I can put it down. I am going to miss the experience though. I was peaking over 320k combined experience per hour while fighting Araxxor. It was nuts. The last thing I'm going to update y'all on in this video is, well, I got a second visage. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm not sacrificing it to Death's Coffer, and I really don't have a, quote, main anymore. This Iron account is my main. I don't remember how many Frosty Boys I unalived, but I know it wasn't many, considering I hadn't even gotten a Dragon Metal sheet yet. I'm just going to put it in my bank and, I don't know, stare at it, wishing it was a different type of visage. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video, viewers. I appreciate the patience, and more so, I appreciate Marty for pushing me to get this video out. I'd honestly probably still have this on the back burner if it weren't for him consistently putting the idea in my head that I needed to drop another video. Much love, Marty. Episode 12 shouldn't take me nearly as long to produce since I'm actually home a lot more now. That isn't a promise, but it shouldn't take me another 10 months to get episode 12 out. Though I suppose that depends on whether or not I decide to finish off that remix of A Masket's Promise, or work on another RuneScape remix. But which to remix if I do? I suppose I should ask y'all, the viewer. If you're familiar with my music at all, let me know what song you'd like to hear remixed. In the meantime, just remember, Mata Mata loves you!